Results take time. So do better days.
You will reap what you sow. Stay on your toes. Nobody knows what you've been through, but you will grow. There will be better days. There will be better days.
Hilltop Hoops, Westside Revival is brought to you by Galaxy Health Family Practice. Galaxy Health is accepting new patients today. Located at 421 Georgesville Road, just across from Sullivan Avenue and Hollywood Casino, Galaxy Health serves the Westside community. Founded by nurse practitioner and CEO Miki Watts, a proud 1996 graduate of West High School, Galaxy Health exists to serve the Hilltop and surrounding communities. You can find out more about Galaxy Health today by visiting galaxyhealthfp.com or by calling 614-272-7700. Follow Galaxy Health on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Galaxy Health Family Practice. Galaxy Health will make a donation to Rescuing Leftover Cuisine to feed those in need for every new patient that comes from their partnership with this documentary. Just mention 270 Hoops or the Hilltop Hoops series when you schedule your appointment. Support Miki Watts and Galaxy Health Family Practice and your local community by scheduling an appointment today. Hilltop Hoops were back and better than ever in the week before Christmas. Things got heated early on December 12th, and Westland traveled a few miles down Broad Street to take on rival West. This game brought the entire West Side out and was as good as advertised. West was in control for most of the game. The Cowboys got great production from its trio of Jameer Johnson, Kadon Johnson, and Javon Breckenridge. Starting the season 0-4, West has struggled to put teams away, as the Cowboys had a lead in 2 of those 4 losses in the final minute. The matchup against Westland was very similar, with the Cowboys leading 55-51 with just under a minute remaining. In a cruel twist of irony, Westland's Noah Kershaw, whose father Torrey Kershaw is one of the best players in West program history, would not be denied for the Cougars. Noah went for 27 points in the rivalry game and hit the 2 biggest shots of the night against his dad's alma mater. With Westland facing a 1-point deficit, Kershaw went to the line and hit 2 clutch free throws in the final seconds to take the lead for good for the Cougars. With both teams entering the game winless, Westland was more hungry for the win on Monday, as Kershaw and Cameron Friend were massive for Westland, combining for 46 points and 34 rebounds. On the other side, West fell to 0-5, with 3 of those 5 losses coming in excruciating fashion. While it may be easy to look at West's record alone, you have to be impressed with the progress the Cowboys have made, as they put themselves in positions to win games on a consistent basis, something that the program hasn't done in several years. The following night, just a few miles down the road, Franklin Heights hosted Central Crossing in the battle for Demorest Road. Last year's matchup went to overtime and was an all-out thriller, with Sean McGee and the Comets overcoming the Falcons despite an almost amazing game winner from Billy Berry that just fell short. With McGee off to college now, and the rematch on the Falcons' home floor, the matchup between these 2 teams was intense once again. Central Crossing jumped out to an early 9-3 lead thanks to the play of J.D. Laws and Kent Hairston. The Comets looked to be in control early. However, Franklin Heights responded with a massive run, getting its transition game going and punishing Central Crossing with its defensive pressure. Abdul Fofana was absolutely terrific in the second quarter, powering the Falcons' offense and helping Franklin Heights establish a solid lead. In a game that was truly marked by one-sided runs, Franklin Heights went into the halftime locker room holding a 23-15 advantage. Much like the first half, Central Crossing began the second half on a 9-0 run, retaking the lead on this dunk from Hairston. Franklin Heights mightily struggled to put the ball in the bucket in the second half, but despite their struggles, Central Crossing wasn't much better offensively. The Comets went into the fourth quarter with a 28-27 advantage, as the final frame was as rough as could be for both teams on the offensive end. Central Crossing took its largest lead of the second half after this finish from Laws to go up 3 points at 32-29. Despite their struggles in the second half, Franklin Heights simply refused to back down. The Falcons used a massive 5-0 run in the final minutes, highlighted by this crucial game-tying three from Cameron Tufford to tie the game and eventually took the lead with a steal and score from Fofana. Central Crossing took advantage of Franklin Heights' miscues at the free throw line, as the Falcons failed to put the game away on this 1-1 attempt from Fofana, which allowed the Comets to scramble and find Abe Doru underneath the rim for this game-tying score right before time expired. Unfortunately for Central Crossing, that was the final field goal they'd have for the rest of the night, as Franklin Heights closed the game out in overtime. Tufford had another important bucket with this reverse finish to take the Falcons' final lead of the evening. Clutch overtime free throws from Billy Berry helped Franklin Heights close out the Comets in the extra period, as the Falcons pick up win number 2 on the season against a local rival, while Central Crossing fell to 0-5 on the year. On the other side of town that night, West wasted no time in getting back on track. With another tough loss on its resume the night before against Westland, the Cowboys went on the road and knocked off Eastmoor Academy 42-40 in another close game. Finally closing out a tough matchup, West showed what they've been capable of all year, notching win number 1 heading into the biggest matchup of the early season against arch-rival Briggs. West and Briggs both entered Friday, December 16th with just one win on the year. With both teams looking desperate to knock off the other, the true battle for the Hilltop was live and in full effect at West. Let's take a look at that matchup. Friday was a magical night on the Hilltop. With the West High Gymnasium filling up like it did some 20 plus years ago, the rivalry against Briggs felt like an old-time affair. With legends of both sides, both young and old, in the gym, the atmosphere of the rivalry did not disappoint. Briggs entered the game winning its last 5 matchups against West, thoroughly dominating the recent history of the rivalry, with West's last win coming at the end of the 2019 season. Early on, it appeared as if that streak was going to extend to 6 games, as the Bruins were intent on punishing West on the interior and playing a half-court game. Leading 14-10 after a quarter of play, Briggs would never lead again after the second quarter. Jamir Johnson had his breakout moment of the young season, dominating the second quarter and helping West go on a massive run that put the Cowboys up double digits. With West knocking down the 3-ball and Briggs falling apart on the offensive end, the Cowboys took advantage of their opportunity and never looked back. These back-to-back threes from Johnson truly broke the game open and showed that West was all business on Friday. Foul trouble hampered Briggs all night, as its top 2 scorers in Jacquees Keaton and Stephen Mock were most effective. When Keaton fouled out in the fourth quarter, all seemed lost for the Bruins. Despite West doing its best job to allow Briggs to get back into the game, the Bruins could not overcome the double-digit deficit, despite plenty of hustle plays from sophomore Jordan Fleming. Jamir Johnson led West with 15 points, while junior Giovanni Stewart had a career scoring night, going for 11 key points off the bench. Stewart is the team's best shooter and will be called upon the rest of the year in important games like Fridays. West now has back-to-back wins in the City League for the first time since 2016. The culture is changing at West and is beginning to result in hope being once alive again on the Hilltop. Check out episode 4 as we enter the holiday basketball season. We will have a look at multiple area teams and players before we head into 2023. We thank everyone for supporting this project, but none more than Galaxy Health Family Practice, who has supported this documentary from the very beginning. Visit Galaxy Health today at 421 Georgesville Road or online at galaxyhealthfp.com. Galaxy Health is accepting new patients, is owned and operated by a West High alum and Dr. Roberta Miki Watts, and is a great place for you to attend. and to get your top health care. Have a safe holiday season and check in with us for episode 4 of Hilltop Hoops, Westside Revival, only on 270 Hoops.